Hello again, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for another mob battle. This time I'm actually going to be testing out the combat abilities of Fry Cook from Thaumic Potatoes 2 versus several carefully selected Twilight Forest creatures, including the Naga, the Alpha Yeti, the Snow Queen, and the Hydra. Unfortunately, some of the other ones just won't be able to fight them at all. Like, they can't aggro on each other. So, I mean, and the Hydra is a bit tricky, but I will give it a try to see if I can get them to get aggroed. I may wind up having to cut to that, but first of all, I will be showing off the others first, since they'll be a lot less tricky to get going. So, now it's time to be on with the show. So, ignore that. there may have been a few bosses that placed treasure chests around here. I don't think that'll really influence the terrain that much. I mean, you got a big open space here, so, you know. And in case anybody has a hard time moving around, I do have the ability to push things. Yeah, this guy has some pretty funny audio. But yeah, let's get these started. Now, the Naga will naturally fight him pretty quickly just because it'll hit him and get him to go aggressive. Also note that he does have good regeneration, actually. So you may notice him healing up a bit after a hit. So he actually has some decent combat ability. He fights kind of like a souped-up evoker with a potato theme. But yeah, these minions are referred to as French fries, even though they look kind of like, well, if you note very carefully, they're essentially kinds of blazes. Although, I don't think they have a ranged attack. I think they just melee. But they're swarming. Also, he attacks with his own special variation of the Fangs evocation. So, if you ever face this guy in that mod, he is definitely going to be a spellcaster type. Although, seeing how that does have at least somewhat of a limited range. Ooh, bumped. I'd say that the Naga at least can get out of the way once in a while, which it did at least once. Oh, come on, you totally missed your charge, Naga. Come around here. Here, Naga. Come on. Oh, raked a bit, but his defense is pretty high, actually. And for that matter, he does, again, regenerate, so yeah. So Fry Cook is actually going to be a decently hard, well, I wouldn't say hard per se, but definitely, getting ahead of myself. Definitely a strong boss. Whoa, total whiff. I mean, you totally missed that guy. Admittedly, he is getting smaller and smaller and faster and faster. But, attacks on the body don't count. It has to be the head. Used to be where you could take out the segments, but that's not true anymore. The Naga's getting distracted by all the summons. I did bump him, though, just incidentally. I know this is a crazy fight, but I love it. He did do the proximity Fangs routine at least once. Whoa, how did it zip back and forth like that? Seriously, Naga, you got speed. And the Naga is down. Believe it or not, the French fries drop French fries. Oh, who would have guessed? Maybe somebody who's decently culinary when it comes to this sort of thing. Yeah, that's definitely part of it. Now, it should be noted that the French fries act kind of like Vexes. After a certain period of time, they will start to, very ironically for being made out of food, starve to death. So, yeah. I don't really think these Vengeance Spirits will be too terribly distracting for the mobs, although I can config those off. This is what happens when I do this during a Forge profile I'm just adjusting with. But I can certainly say that the Naga did zero in on the live ones and pound them out, so I don't think that was really a factor. Now, there are a few others to work with, and I'm oddly enough going to go with Snow Queen before Alpha Yeti. That's because I know I can get them to aggro on each other. So, she just has to make contact. Apparently, in Mob vs. Mob, for some reason, she likes to slide around like a hockey puck. And just bump things. Because, you know, against players, she usually flies. But for some odd reason, she's not doing that now. You did just a bit. Here we go. But yeah, definitely making good use of special attacks. but she just wants to kind of cruise around. She was attacking before. Up. I think it's mainly incidental bumping. Maybe she's just getting confused. Come on, Snow Queen. If you don't really go after him, you're gonna get pummeled. Which seems to be pretty fair, seeing how much health she's had taken out already. I think she's just overcrowded by the minions, because that was a total thing. There's just too many minions, and he just keeps summoning more. That is his strategy. He is kind of a toss in the ads kind of boss. So yeah, this is funny though. Although what's really interesting is if you look at her vengeance spirit. She is not wearing the big chunk of ice that she floats around with normally. She actually looks a bit more regal, ironically, whenever she's right about to pass over. So that is kind of interesting. Now the Alpha Yeti, there's a way. Apparently he will naturally try to attack villagers, so... I didn't mean the Alpha Yeti, I meant him. Come on, line up. Apparently out of the regular population, you can get a potato enthusiast. Isn't that interesting? Okay, that clipped the Alpha Yeti. Why didn't you aggro? Shouldn't you have known that that attack came from him? Worked last time. Maybe he's just not feeling it. Because Alpha Yetis sometimes are a little weird that way. Oh, maybe he's trying to go after the minions because they're allied. Nope, he's just staring here. Hey, I got you two to fight before. What's going on? You go over there. Come on. Shoot at him. Well, you did hit. He's not doing it this time. Maybe it's because the melee with some of the other mobs got him to go. I'm not entirely sure about that. Yes, indeed. I'm not entirely sure. Why are you not aggroing this time? Were you caught up by something else? Oh well. Because I do have the other thing, and I might just be able to get you all caught in the crossfire. Because there is a Hydra. Now, if I can get him positioned just right, I can get the mortars to hit him, and then that might be able to set him off. So I know that he was fighting the Hydra before whenever I was testing things out. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get that to work. Am I pushing the Hydra? He's supposed to have, like, barely any knockback. Fry cook is fireproof. You can't fry the fry cook. It doesn't work. You can't fry the fry cook. You have to do the mortars. And then, it'll be up to bites, etc. Now, he is aggroed on him, though. I mean, he is aimed at him. So I guess that's just a matter of time. You're a very big disappointment, Alpha Yeti. You're supposed to be an alpha. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. I heard those mortars. Now this is much better. Maybe I'll get you a little bit closer so that the Hydra can at least have an opportunity to bite. Also can't fry that which is already fried, so the French fries are perfectly fine. That actually hit. I didn't think he could reach with those fangs. Wow, he's got range. I want you to be in bite range. Just cause. Sorry I'm flinging you like this, but whatever. Okay, Hydra. You have more than one... Well, okay, the Hydra is bumping him in and of itself. I mean, after all, it has a huge tail. It's like a Mobzilla with that thing. Seriously, something's always, like, attacking you from behind. Oh, I get it. You can hit his tail. Okay, so you got a little more strategy than I thought. I'd still like to see if he can actually bite you. Because the Hydra has a really powerful bite. If he actually bites. Okay, come on. Now swoop in with the bite. I think you got enough reach for this. Come on, Hydra. You can do it. Don't just get pummeled by a bunch of summoned french fries. And for that matter, a few things that evocations on occasion that are themed as potato spikes. Have you ever seen potato chips like that aren't exactly chips? They're more like potato slabs. I think that's what he's kind of doing. So they're like potato spikes. It's funny how they're actually dealing most of the damage. But hey, he's a minion summoner. It's what he does. Oh, head went down. Head went down. Saw that. Oh, the Hydra's angry. Of course, it's fighting multiple enemies. There's one thing about the Hydra is it has multi-targeting, kind of like Wither. So each head can attack an independent target. Whoa! Okay. It was not any accident on me that just flung him. It's the Hydra. It really has that much knockback with that tail. Oddly enough, doesn't deal damage with it, just flings. It's like a giant paddle. Or is that more like a giant golf club? I'm voting golf club, actually. He keeps batting him with his tail. I'm just pushing you two a bit closer so that the Hydra has melee options. Oh, as soon as I fling you, he bats you aside. This is not tandem tennis here. Okay, you're clearly within bite range. Now, are you gonna bite him or not? Come on, he's a nice, tasty chef. Aren't you gonna take up your meal, Hydra? Nope, you're getting pummeled. Yep. Where'd he go now? Wow, that is range. Once he really knows the target's farther away, he will go for it. Maybe I can get the Alpha Yeti along a path whenever he's doing that again. Ah, wasn't quick enough. Come on. I'm just trying to get you aggroed so you can fight. He actually beat a Hydra. He actually beat a Hydra. Seriously. Of course, he will attack the body for some odd reason whenever it's still going, so... Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Okay, but yeah, he will actually beat a Hydra. The Alpha Yetis, on the other hand, are more docile than I first thought they were. They're just not engaging at all. How did they get aggroed on them whenever I was testing? I'm wondering about that. Did you need to dance or something? Can I make you dance with... No? Not really? You're just walking around casually. Okay, so I guess it was just Naga, Snow Queen, and Hydra this time. I know in advance the others just don't fight them, so... Yeah, that's totally a thing. Oh well. Just, getting rid of various things here. I mean, seriously, if you fight Frycook in the future, or just period, you will get a lot of food. Of course, he's the Frycook. What do you expect? You're having a culinary boss. A magical culinary boss. Oh gosh, that is funny. Do I even have any inventory space left? Oh my gosh, somehow it worked. Wrong thing. I was going to toss some stuff in here to clear it out. But somehow I have inventory space. Somehow I have inventory space. I have no idea why. Because that was a lot of items. Oh my gosh. Well, that was interesting. So, Frycook is actually decently strong. He can take out a Hydra, which, as many know, is actually technically the strongest boss in Twilight Forest. Some of the ones afterwards actually are less so. So it's kind of an interesting point. If you can take out the Hydra, you've taken down the strongest thing in Twilight Forest. So, and he can do that. So that's definitely a thing. The others, I guess, just depend on whether or not they can aggro on him. I do have other things that I'll use to face off with. What? Darn lips. I will have other things that I will use for him to face off. Darn, what is going on here? I will have other opponents for him. There. I feel like Porky Pig trying to bypass his speech impediment. Ugh. To think. It's just because I'm getting over some medical stuff. Oh well. Well, anyhow, this has been Glitch Reaper with another mob battle. We're testing out Fry Cook to see how strong he was versus Twilight Forest bosses. And apparently he can take down these 4. Although, for some odd reason, I could not get the Alpha Yeti to aggro on him like I did previously. Not sure how that how that differentiated there. But what really caused that? I don't know. Maybe he just had like a chance bounce off of one of the Hydra's attacks, and then it counted as him attacking the Yeti. So I guess maybe in a big group, that doesn't that doesn't factor quite the same. So yeah. Well, whatever. I will have other bonus for him sooner or later. So this is Glitch Reaper, and this has been a pretty good mob battle with a rather toasty culinary themed opponent, and I'll be logging off. So hope to hear from you all later. So bye for now, everybody.